fall into the psyche of thinking that we don't have that mandate either. Now, I grew up a Christian. Probably some of y'all did. You know what the mandate was? Jesus was going to come back and handle everything. No matter how bad the situation got, you out of doors, you ain't got no food. You have to go up to the school and pick up your kids from around the back because you don't want to embarrass them. And then you go in the alley somewhere and spend the night. And in the street you got a sign out saying, help me. I have 4 kids and I need food. But in our minds we're thinking, don't worry, Jesus is going to take care of this. Jesus is going to come back and take care of this whole thing. I don't have to worry about nothing. So you overlook the calls that you get from your cousins and your brothers. Come stay with us. Nah, I ain't staying over there. Well, I got this job application. Well, I don't know if I want that job. Because Jesus is going to take care of this. So now we come into Islam, and they tell us the same thing. Don't worry about it. Allah going to take care of it. You don't have to do nothing. Just ask Allah to help you. That's Christian thinking. That's false Christian thinking. We have to do something. We have to do something. That's why when we call the adhan, we say, Hayya ala salat. Come to life through prayer. But it doesn't stop there. We turn over here and say, Hayya ala falah. Come to life through cultivation. That means we cultivate ourselves. That means we prepare for these kids right here to go to college. That means we tell our children, you're a boy, you're going to grow up to be a man. You're a girl, you're going to grow up to be a woman. It's not whatever choice you want to make. That's how this society has got us thinking. And as Muslims, we got to beware of the damage that can be done, especially to our children. That's right, baby. And your child coming home talking about, you can't chastise me. My teacher told me. You raise your hand at me, I can call the police. Well, then who's the parent in the home? They done took the Bible out of school. They done took prayer out of school. Who's the parent at home? You send your children to school to get an education. I mean, a solid education, so they can go out here, they can read, they can write, they can have a decent conversation with somebody, maybe learn another language, they go overseas. But now, the school system is telling your child, your parents cannot chastise you anymore. They don't have their responsibility anymore. So who's raising our kids today? It's society. Television, movies, society. We're going to close this first part. I just want to ask you a question. Have you noticed today on TV all of these advertisements about pork? Have you paid any attention to that? Everything got pork in it. McDonald's, Burger King, pork. You got a double portion of pork, grilled, meat, tomato, double pork again, meat, tomatoes, fries with pork in it. You know they got ice cream with pork in it. They got ice cream with pork. Have you ever just thought about that? Just think about that. What's going on? What's going on? Who's vulnerable to that? Me and you or them? Me and you or them? They leave your house and on their way to school. What are they doing? Do we really know? I tell you from experience in the building I live in, there's a whole lot of Muslims living in that building. And they come out that door, hijab down. When they get around the corner, get ready to get on the bus, that hijab is in their purse. See, so what's really going on? But at any rate, let me read this verse in the Quran. We're going to close the first part. This is Surah 74, ayahs 1 through 7. O thou wrapped up in a mantle, arise and deliver thy warning, and thy Lord do thou glorify, and thy garments keep free from stains, and all abominations shun. nor expect in giving any increase for thyself, but for the Lord's cause. Be patient and constant. Please show me with the doors are closed. Rabbana atina fit dunya hasanatan, wa fil akhirati hasanatan, wa qina adhaban nar. Our Lord, grant us good in this life and good in the hereafter, and save us from the fires of hell and uncontrolled passions. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. I made a vow and a promise to keep the Kthubah down to half an hour every 5 minutes over, because we've been going over quite a lot. People got to get back to work, etc., etc. So I may have to cut some of this out. Anyway, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu wa salam ala Rasulihi Kareem Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And Mubay. We usually do current events, but this is a historical note to current events. You know, they're having these fake lobbies now in Congress about reparations. Y'all up with that? They're talking about reparations all in Congress and everything. That's a historical note. We know about President Lincoln way back then, the one who supposedly freed the slaves. He got assassinated. Remember John Wilkes Booth assassinated? Well, President Lincoln had a law that he was going to pass about giving the slaves, the ex-slaves, 40 acres and a mule. Does anybody remember that term, 40 acres and a mule? And they killed him. And the next president came in behind him, rescinded his executive order. A lot of that is not known about the 40 acres and a mule part. So I'm putting it out there. These people lie so much that they talk about reparations now. So what is that going to do? That's going to get us excited. We're going to get our reparations. We're supposed to have our reparations. Yeah, who's on our side? Then we look at all the candidates and who's promoting reparations. But if we listen carefully, they're not promoting to pass a law to get reparations. They're running their mouth to form a committee to talk about getting reparations. So you can't catch it in that lie. Well, I thought y'all was no, read the fine print. We're just talking to form a committee to talk about reparations. You know how long that can go on? 1,000 years they can be talking about reparations. I want to use some Quran to back up. Okay, here we go. A lot of people talk about Hadith, about the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But very seldom have I heard about the history of Prophet Muhammad. What Muhammad ibn Abdullah was doing as a young man before he was called to be Prophet Muhammad. He joined a group called the Alliance of the Virtuous, Alliance of the Righteous, the League of the Righteous. In Arabic it's called Hilf al-Fudul. Hilf al-Fudul. And in that group, he joined with some Meccans to fight against social injustice in Mecca. This was before he knew anything about who Allah was, Salah, Ramadan, any of it. But he joined a group called Hilf al-Fudul. And people were in Mecca, it was wild. People were getting robbed, beat up, just like it is in Baltimore, Philadelphia, Detroit, California. But if you were weak, if you didn't have any tribal affiliation, if you didn't have a whole lot of money, you were subject to be misused. So the Prophet, Muhammad, and a group of some more people in Mecca, they formed a group called the Alliance of the Virtuous. And I advise you to look it up. It's right here in the Life of Muhammad by Hegel. blocked off to read. We don't have enough time to read it. But I can show you in the book after the Juma where it is. Why don't we hear a lot about that? Why don't we hear a lot about that? We don't. Our Hadith tells us what? It says the best among you are those who are the most useful and the most beneficial to mankind. That's the best among us. So service is a form of worship. Service is a form of worship. So the Muslim, how can I put this? You know all these movies that they put out for us to go see? Black Panther, The Avengers, Iron Man, Captain America. You know who those movies are really about? They're about us. They're about us. And what is the plot? The plot is always about the righteous, or those that are right, that want to do justice by people, fighting against the evil barons, or those who want to take over the world. I have no problem with just killing people. It's always the same plot, the good against the evil. So we rush to go out to see these movies and don't make the connection. And for the parents, we have to make that connection and teach it to our children. The righteous, the Muslims are the righteous. The Muslims are the ones that are going to stand up and be the fighters for justice in society. In this life and the next life, just like Prophet Muhammad was. Just like Prophet Muhammad was. I can really tell you something. How many of you remember the Lone Ranger? Raise your hand. Do you know who the Lone Ranger really was? He was an African American named Bass Reeves. I got a big book at home on African history and the history of African Americans in this country. And Bass Reeves went up in the hills, lived with the Indians. He could speak Indian language. And then he decided to go out and fight against injustice in these untamed territories. And the big agencies back east deputized him, gave him a badge. And he set the records on criminals that he captured. Bass Reeves. He was the Lone Ranger with his trusty friend Tonto. And all these years they've been showing us the Lone Ranger as a Caucasian, with his horse Silver, but he had his trusty friend Tonto, right? But the mask should have gave it away. That's it, really masking the whole thing. It's really a black man behind that mask. And if you really, really pay close attention, what does the word Tonto mean? Anybody got an idea? It means stupid. And Kimasabi, isn't that what the Lone Ranger was talking about Tonto? Kimasabi? What does that mean? Old wise one. But the racism was all in there, all the time. But we didn't know. This is Quran. O you who believe, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, stand out firmly for justice as witnesses to Allah, even as against yourselves, or your parents, or your relatives, or whether it be against rich or poor, for Allah can best protect both. Follow not the lust of your heart, lest ye swerve. And if ye dislike justice or decline to do justice, verily Allah is well acquainted with all that you do. So I'm going to wrap this up. My Kthubah really changed a little bit because of seeing all of the young people in here. It's such a pleasure to see all you young people in here. And I invite you to come back, and I invite the parents to bring your young people back every time, because it's very important. The messages that are put in their brains at this stage in their life, they will never forget it. They will never forget it. So if they understand that what it is to be a Muslim, they can never get veered off course. You got people that want to go up in the sky and meet Allah in the name of Islam, and to force themselves the Nation of Islam, we swore that they did this on purpose. Yeah, they doing, them devils doing that on purpose. Yeah. But our children are the hope and the prayer. They are the answer to the prayers that our foreparents made when they came over here. But you know, when they came over here, they were Muslims. And they would take the children from them when they had children, take them away, teach them something else. So they had no connection to their past. But our parents, our foreparents prayed. And we are that answer. We are that answer to their prayers and their hopes. Please tell me what to do as we close. Robert and I asked him not to do in the hospital. I feel like Peter T. Husband saying, why should I have been gone? Our Lord grant us good in this life and good in the hereafter, and save us from the fires of hell and compassion as coming to select.